हरि ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादः शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरम् भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ओम नमः शिवाय। 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 नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। We are meeting after a long time. We have been studying this Mandukya Upanishad along with the Karika of Gaudapadacharya ji. and the beautiful, sublime Bhashya of Adi Shankaracharya. Mandukya Upanishad is from Atharva Ved, and there are only 12 mantras. And in these 12 mantras, the essential teaching of Vedanta is conveyed. This Upanishad also has the famous Mahavakya, Ayam Atma Brahma. And though it is very small, the Upanishad is very important. Hence, Gaudapadacharya ji has written an elaborate karika, which is like a glossary on this Upanishad in 4 chapters. And Shankaracharya ji has commented not only on the 12 mantras of the Upanishad, but also on all the karikas. We have studied the first 7 mantras along with the karikas and Shankaracharya's Bhashya. Today we will just revise whatever we have studied before in the previous classes. I had also given you some homework. Hope you have done the same. So let us just chant the 7th mantra, and then I will briefly summarize what we have studied. The 7th mantra of Mandukya Upanishad. Nanta prajnam na bahish prajnam no bhayata prajnam na prajnana ganam na prajnam na prajnam adrishtam avyavaharyam agrahyam alakshanam achintyam avyapadeshyam ekatma pratyasaram prapanchopashamam shantam shivam advaitam chaturtham manyante sa atma savidneyah. So in this 7th mantra, again the sar, the essence, is conveyed. So as I said, this Upanishad belongs to the Atharva Ved. And in the introduction to this Upanishad as well as to the Karika, Shankaracharya ji has written 2 very beautiful shlokas summarizing again the essential teaching. And thereafter in his Bhashya he says कि वेदांतार्थ सार संग्रह भूतम इदम प्रकरण चतुष्टयम ओम इति एतद अक्षरम इति इत्यादि आरभ्यते. That this Upanishad along with the Karika are the sar, the very essence of the teaching of Vedanta. If we study only Mandukya Upanishad and understand and meditate, we will not require any other support to attain that enlightenment. So, what exactly is our problem? And what is the solution given in this Upanishad? Why we have to study this Upanishad? What is our problem? Actually, our problem is only one, and that is of suffering, of sorrow, different forms of suffering, sorrow, pain, trouble, sadness, anxiety, disease, death. These are different expressions of our suffering. And no one wants to suffer. We don't want to be unhappy. So, what is the cause for our unhappiness? Our unhappiness is like a disease which has to be cured. We have to regain our health. So, what is the cause of our suffering? Shankaracharya ji writes, किं पुनः तत् प्रयोजनम् इति उच्यते रोगार्थस्यैव रोगनिवृत्तौ स्वस्थता तथा दुःखात्मकस्य आत्मनो द्वैतप्रपञ्च उपशमे स्वस्थता. He says, just as a person who is unwell, he suffers, he or she suffers, has a lot of pain and discomfort. Therefore, the word disease means the person is not at ease. So, what do? We take some medicines, and those medicines drive away all the cause of suffering, of disease, and we regain our health. So, this samsara is also like a place where we suffer. So, there is the disease of suffering. And what is the cause? Shankaracharya says, that Dvaita Prapancha is the cause. The notion that I am an individual and there are other beings in this world and there is this vast world and everyone and everything is different. I am different, the world is different, and all these beings are different. That is my understanding at present, and I function from this understanding. I take myself as this limited being, having this limited body, and having my limited mind, intellect, and the capacity. And I also see that there are other beings. This notion, this understanding which I have, which seems to be so real and which seems to be so very true, the Shastras say that it is false. It is not true. It is my false assumption. For example, if I ask you a question, hope you will answer. Simple question. How many feet do a donkey have? How many feet or legs do a donkey have? Can you answer? At least one person should know the answer. Let us wait. Okay, very good. So four. Four. Huh? Now, a related question. If we assume, if we assume the tail of the donkey as one of his feet, then how many feet does the donkey have? Answer. If we assume the tail of the donkey as one of his feet, because the tail is also quite long, then how many feet does the donkey have? Somebody has answered 5, which is a wrong answer. Why it is wrong answer? Because our assumption is wrong. As our assumption is wrong, whatever we assume, the donkey has only 4 feet. Similarly, the Upanishad says that there is only one entity in this entire world. There is only one Ishvara. There is only one Brahma. Other than Brahma, nothing is there, no one is there. Other than Brahma, no one is there. But if I assume myself, means this body, this mind, this intellect, this individual, as one entity, then how many entities are there in this world? Infinite. But these infinite entities are not real, they are not really there. It is wrong or false assumption. This false assumption is called adhyas, which is there because of ignorance. When I don't know that Brahma alone is there, and I am that Brahma, other than Brahman, nothing is there and no one is there, then that is the final truth. But if I assume myself to be a separate individual entity, then with that false assumption, when I live in this world, when I interact with other people in this world, then that creates problem, that creates sorrow, pain. When I am a separate entity, when I assume myself to be an individual having this body, then I will have desire to protect this body, to feed the body, to decorate the body, to take care of the body. If I assume that there are other entities, then I have this interaction with the other entities. With some I become friendly, with some I develop enmity. Hmm? Some are superior, some are inferior. All these divisions take place among different beings and different objects of this world. Some objects I consider them valuable, like gold or diamond. Some objects I consider them as dirt. Hmm? So all this differentiation happens because I assume myself to be an entity, a limited entity among infinite other entities. And this gives rise to desires, this gives rise to other effects of desires like jealousy, greed, anger, fear, pride. All these are derivatives of the desire only calm. And this further leads to sorrow. I become unhappy if I My desires are fulfilled, I'm happy. If they are not fulfilled, I'm unhappy. And nobody's desires get fulfilled. All desires do not get fulfilled. So we always remain little unhappy. And we die with that, means we drop this body with that unhappiness, then again are born, then again go through the same process. So punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jathare shayanam. This yatra of samsara goes on and on. This is the cause of Dvaita. This is called Dvaita Prapancha. That notion that I am different and there are other beings who are different from me. Either they are lesser than me, equal to me, greater than me. Either they are seen directly or they are not seen like the Devtas and all. But this notion that there are many is called Dvaita Prapancha. And this is false. However true it might appear to us, however real it might appear to us, it is absolutely false. Hmm. So this falsity has to be removed. And how can it be removed? Only by knowing what is true. Hmm. Then we drop all false assumptions. See, what we consider as knowledge are nothing but false assumptions, worldly knowledge. The basic assumption itself is wrong, and on that we lay a big, what you call, structure. The foundation itself is wrong. So Dvaita Prapancha is wrong. See, world is not false. All these entities are also not false. This body exists, my mind exists, and so many other beings also exist. What is false is to understand them as separate, as different from each other. Outwardly, they are different, they appear different. My body is different from your body. My mind is different from your mind. But there is something in me and something in you which is same. Not similar, same. Not only in you and me, but in everyone. There is that one entity who is common in all, and he alone appears like many entities, but he is only one. So the whole goal of Vedanta to become free of all our suffering is to recognize my real nature as that one entity who is also called Brahma, who is also called Atma, Turiya Atma, who is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Anandam, Ekam. We have to recognize ourselves as Brahma. But it is a bit difficult path. It is not as easy as it sounds. Because we are holding on to this assumption very strongly. Just like you are listening to this pravachan, I am telling you, you are Brahma. But if I ask you, who are you? You will give your name. You will give your place of residence, your relatives, your education. Because those are our assumptions which are very strong. So we have to get rid of our assumptions and recognize ourselves as that Brahma. So for this, the Upanishad says you can take slow, what you call, little step. You can reach that final realization that you are Brahma by taking small steps. Hmm. So in the beginning itself, the Upanishad tells us, we will chant the first mantra, very interesting. Om iti tadaksharamidam sarvam tasyopavyakyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyaditi sarvam omkara eva yacchanyattrikalatītam tadapyomkara eva. The Upanishad says that first thing we have to do is to drop all the names which we have given to ourselves and others and take only one name. Like when I look at this world, it is made up of so many objects, the mountain, the trees, and the ocean, and the rivers we see on this earth. Then there is the moon, the sun, the stars, the planets, this vast universe. Then so many beings, animal, birds, plant, mosquitoes, germs, worms, elephant, fish, so many different beings. And we give names to them, names of different classes of beings. Then we also name particular being. Like I belong to a class called human being, then I have my own name. So the one thing which we hold on to with dear life is our name. So the first step in Vedanta is to drop your name. Drop your name. See, when a sadhak, sincere sadhak, approaches a teacher, surrenders to the teacher with the request that please teach me this Brahma Vidya, the teacher first drops his name. He says, you are no longer whatever name you have. He gives him the name of Brahma, some Ananda. Ananda. Nikhilananda. Don't identify with your previous name. Just identify with this new name. It is not the name of this body. It is the name of Brahma. You have been given the name of Brahma. And one universal name of Brahma is Om. So the Upanishad says that all this which you see as this world and all the beings which you see in this world having different names, you drop all those names and look at them having only one name, Om. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. Look at the mountain, what is it? Om. The tree, Om. The river, Om. The sun, the moon, the stars, Om. Human being, animal, bird, plant, devtas, Om. Ishvara, Om. It's very difficult because we feel our identity with our name. We want our name to remain. Even if we die, we say, no, mera naam rehna chahiye. We are somebody special. So the first step, the Upanishad says, that consider yourself and everything here, no, as Om. Take Om as the name. Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam. Everything is Om. See, it's so simple. You don't have to remember all these names. For Vyavhar, we use those names, but here the Upanishad wants you to drop all Vyavhar and enter your within and recognize your true self. So everything is Om. All that is there in the present moment in this world, everything is Om. All that was in the past is Om. All that will be in future is Om. All that is beyond the three times, three periods of time is Om. Everything is Om. Om is the name. Om is the name given to that entity. Om is the name given in the Shastra to that one entity. Just like a person is, let us say, is lying down or maybe standing in front of you. You ask that person, what is your name? That person tells you whatever the name. Then you point to his head. That is also that same person. His neck, his stomach, his legs, every part of his body is the same person. The body is not, the stomach is not named as someone else. If that person's name is Sharma, we don't call his head as Sharma and his neck as something else and his hands are some. The whole person is Sharma. Similarly, the Upanishad says this whole world is Brahma. And Om is the name of Brahma. Om is the name of Brahma. So everything is Om. First, that Supreme Brahma is revealed through its name. First, you know it by name. First, you know yourself by name. You are Om. So when we chant Om, we are taking our own name. But our own name is not the name of this body. Not the name of a particular entity, but name of that Brahma. So the first step is to understand that there is only one entity whose name is Om. You are not there, others are not there, world is, everything is that one entity alone. But what is that entity? You have told me the name, but what is it? In the second mantra, the Upanishad says, Ki sarvam hi etat Brahma. That entity is Brahma. That material, that thing which is named as Om, is Brahma. In other Upanishad, the nature of Brahma is revealed as Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Anandam, Ekam. Suppose somebody shows you some object, you ask, what is this? They will name the object, but then you want to know what is it made up of, what is the material. Then the person reveals the material. Similarly, here the Upanishad first names that entity as Om. Everything is Om, past, present, future. You are Om, I am Om, everyone is Om. Then it says that which is named as Om is Brahma. So understand that everything is Brahma. But then, what about me? Ray, you are not what you think you are. You are also Brahma. But just now you said I am not whatever my name. Yeah, you have named your body, you have named your mind, but that entity which is there within you, which is the real you, which is that Brahma, is Atma, is named as Atma. So this I am Atma, that which we experience or understand as I within this body, that which is recognized as I within this body, which is called Atma, is Brahma. Atman is you. So you are Brahma and everything is yourself, and your name is Om. Yes. Who are you? Om. Om is your name. What is your nature? I am Brahma. I am Atma. That which is recognized as I is Brahma. But when I say I identify with this body, and as I said, that we have this strong assumption and hold over this body. I assume myself to be this body. Whatever the Upanishad says, whatever my teacher says, whatever the other Shastras says, I continue with my false assumption that I am the body. I am this limited entity. So the Upanishad says, you take this jump from where you are, you have to take 4 jumps. See, this Upanishad is called Mandukya Upanishad. It is also comes from the word Manduka, which means a frog. If you have seen a frog, definitely you must have seen a frog. You must have noticed that when a frog moves, it doesn't walk or crawl or something like that. It takes a jump, it takes a leap generally. Sometimes it crawls a little bit, but the main movement it takes through leaping. It leaps. Suppose there is a nice pond is there in which the frog usually stays and is happy. But unfortunately, the frog has moved away from that pond, little far away. And there is no water around. Frog is thirsty, looking for some water to drink, looking for something to eat. Then it understands that there is this pond nearby, which is good, which has everything I want. But in one leap, the frog cannot reach the pond. So from wherever it is, it takes one jump toward the pond, but lands on the ground only. Then from there, it takes another leap. Still, it has not reached the pond. Then it takes one more leap, still not inside the pond, almost there, and then takes the final leap and reaches the pond and gains all happiness. We are all like the frog. We have as though moved away from our own nature of peace, happiness, bliss, on some dry ground, considering ourselves as a limited being, being born, dying, suffering, changing, troubled. So the Upanishads are nothing but words of enlightened being, Ishvara only. So as though the pond itself is calling us, oh my dear frog, jump towards me. So now we consider ourselves a limited being, confined to this body. So in the first jump, the Upanishad says you consider yourself as Vaishvanara, the entire universe with all the beings is you. You are everyone and everything. All this physical world which is there, and all these entities having these various types of bodies, all of them are one, and that is you. You are Vaishvanara. We have to take this jump, first jump. Therefore, the Upanishad says, Ki Soyam Atma Chatushpad has got four padas, 4 feet, means four jump. The first jump is Vaishvanara. Jagratastano Vaishpratnyaha Saptangaha Ekonavimshati Mukha Stula Bhuk Vaishvanara Prathama Pada. In the first jump, we have already dropped our name. We have already dropped our identity with this body. Our name now is Om, and I am Vaishvanara. I am Vaishvanara. I am not only looking through this body at the world, but I am looking at this world through everybody. I am seeing, hearing, tasting, touching this world through everyone. When an ant is crawling on my body, I am this body and I am also the ant who is crawling on this body. I am everyone. I am that Vishwarupa. Everyone and everything is myself. So drop the name, identification with your own limited name, and take the name Om, and drop the identification with your own limited body, and take the body of Vishwanar as your own. I am Vishwanar. See, this is our meditation. This is our our contemplation and holding on to this understanding. This is not for vyavahar. Don't keep on going out and telling everyone that you are Vishwanara. While doing vyavahar is different. So I am Vishwanara. Aham Vishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashrita Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. Bhagavan says in Gita that I myself have become Vishwanara and I have entered everybody and I am digesting the food in all the beings. That is the first leap of the frog. But still we have not reached the pond of supreme bliss. We have not reached the pond of that Brahma, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Anandam, Ekam, Turiya. We have to take one more leap. And that one more leap is to understand myself as Hiranyagar. I am not only this body, my body, but everybody. And I am not only my mind, but everybody's mind. I am the mind, total intellect, total ahankar, total pranas, total sukshma sharir is mine. I am Hiranyagarbha. All the thoughts which are happening in everyone's mind is my thoughts only. All that is happening in the vast cosmos is happening within me, is happening in the mind. My mind is the cosmic mind. See, these are big steps, therefore, it takes time. So, the second step, if we have taken and reached and identified ourselves as Hiranyagarbha, still we have not reached the pond. The pond is one more step away, and then two more steps away. Now from there we have to leap and recognize ourselves as Ishvara, as Pradnya. The Upanishad says, Yatra supto na kanchan kamam kamayate na kanchan swapnam pashyati tat sushuptam sushuptastana eki bhuta prajnanaganaiva anandamayo hi anandabhuka cheto mukha pratnyastrutiya padaha. The third step is to understand that I transcend even the mind, the source of this mind, the samashti avyakta, unmanifest, is also myself. I experience myself as Ishvara in deep sleep. Everything has merged into me, Eki Bhutaha. I remain there as Ananda. There is no division in me. and there is no sorrow and suffering in me. I am that Ananda Swarup Ishvara. This Ananda Swarup Ishvara, which I experience in deep sleep, is Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvatnyaha, Eshoantaryami, Esha Yonis Sarvasya Prabhavapya Yogi Bhutanam. He is the Sarveshwara, the great Ishvara, who is Sarvatnya, all knowing. Esha Antaryami, who is the inner controller, who remains inside everything and controls everything. Esha Yonihi, I am the very source of the entire creation. Everything rises in me, remains in me, and merges back into me. Sarvasya Prabhavapya Yogi Bhutana. All beings are born in me, are sustained in me, and merge back into me. I am that Ishvara. Soham. I am that Ishvara. This is also not the final step. Because Ishvara, we call ourselves Ishvara with respect to the world, with respect to other beings, though they are all my expressions, but Ishvara is a name given to me with respect to the world and beings. So I have to transcend that name also. I have to drop my identity as Ishvara also and understand myself as Shuddha Turiya Brahma. And this Ishvara is not only that I experience in deep sleep, but I experience in waking also. So in the Karika, Gaudapadacharya ji says that though it is said that waking, dream, deep sleep, but you can experience Vaishvanara in waking, and if you dive deeper, even while awake, you will experience yourself as Hiranyagarbha, and if you dive deeper, you will experience yourself as Ishvara. So it is, they are not three different entities. You alone are there. And they are not existing in three different states. Always there. And everything is the expression of that one Ishvara, of that one Brahma. Various theories are there that why that one Brahma, why that one Ishvara created this world. See, with respect to Ishvara, the theory is there that he created the world for the sake of the jivas. Infinite jivas are there. For their bhakti and mukti, Ishvara created the world. But that is also limited relative explanation. The ultimate explanation is that Brahma alone is there. And all that you see here, taste, touch, this entire creation, all beings, are the natural expression of Brahma. Brahma is not doing anything. He is just expressing as this world. It is called Swabhav. Devasya esha Swabhavaha Kamas Atmakamasya ka Spruha. What desire can that Atmakam have? One who is fulfilled, one who has infinite happiness. Even the desire to create, sustain, dissolve will not be there. It's a relative explanation. From the standpoint of Brahma, There is no creation, there is no sustenance, there is no dissolution. Brahma alone is there as everything and everyone. For the ignorant who identifies with one entity, he sees everything as different. One who has recognized himself as Brahma sees everything as his own self. So 3 leaps and we have reached Ishvara, but the final leap is to attain this Turiya Atma. And as Turiya Atma, we have to drop all names and all forms. Even the name Om, drop. Even the name Vaishvanara, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, drop. You are not Vaishvanara looking outside through everyone. You are not Hiranyagarbha looking inside. You are not Ishvara in whom everything is merged. You are that Brahma which cannot be seen. Adrushtam, avyavaharyam, there's no transaction happening in it. Agrahyam, it cannot be grasped. Alakshanam, there are no characteristics to show. Achintyam cannot be thought of. Avyapadeshyam cannot be taught. So, how can we reach that? You are already Brahma. But those who are struggling and still in the stage of ignorance, the Upanishad says that hold on to this entity which you are experiencing as I. That will take you to your own nature as Brahma. Ekatma pratyaya saram. Just like we see in the sky, we see a kite. A beautiful kite is being flown. People fly kite. So you can see the kite, nice color with a long tail. And you see a thread. And if you follow the thread to the source, you will see a person holding the thread and flying that kite. So this world is like a kite. We run after that kite thinking that I will catch it, but it is not under my control. But there is one thread which is connecting the kite to the one who is flying the kite. So hold on to the thread is aham, the experience of I. When we hold on to it and trace it to its source, we come to recognize the Turiya Atma, who alone is expressing as Ishvara, who is expressing as Hiranyagarbha, who is expressing as Vaishvanara. So remove your attention from the kite, look at the thread, and from the thread you move to its source, and you will very mysteriously understand that I myself am holding the kite, the thread. I am that Turiya. Ekatma pratyasaram prapancha upashamam, in which there is no prapancha, no world, no nothing, only I myself am there. Shantam, peaceful, Shivam, auspicious, Advaitam, one alone, Chaturtham manyante, it is called fourth. It is not even fourth, but it is named as fourth, Turiya. Sa Atma, that is my real Atma, that is who I really am. Savidneyaha, and I have to recognize myself as that Turiya Atma. So that is what we have to do. We will continue with this study of this beautiful Upanishad, and we'll see what other guidance the Upanishad gives us if we have failed to reach that Turiya. The Upanishad keeps guiding. That we will see in our class on Wednesday. So till then, you take care. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy. Do your work, do your sadhana. And see you all again soon on Wednesday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Bole Siya Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om.